Welcome back to Base Camp, WNC. We're going to do a real 3, 4-part, 5-part series on a shed to house or tiny house or off-grid living or hidden place, retreat living, whatever you want to call it. But I want to show you this thing. We finally got it in place. And this episode here, I'm going to take you on prepping the foundation. The cement is below the blocks here, the anchors for it, the foundation, and getting it placed. Well, here it is, and as I'll show you here in the construction of this thing. Of course, the blocks are sitting on the foundations, and from here to this one here is 9'9", and we have anchors to hold it down. But my theory was we placed a 6x6 going across the blocks, and that holds the center of the floor to keep it from bouncing around and to keep from putting 4 more sets of blocks up the middle. The other thing we did, and it's in the video, we cut out when the blocks weren't here. We laid this black fabric down on the ground. In the upcoming videos, what we're going to do is we're going to insulate the floor from underneath and then put wood on there to keep critters from getting up in there and making a nest. So 2 things. One, this was woods, which means there's going to be a bunch of sprouts and stuff coming up. The black fabric will take care of that. 2, it'll be a lot easier to lay on this black fabric than it will be in the dirt while we're putting the floor up, doing the plumbing and the electrical work. Well, here's the start of the foundation layout. This is going to be the front of the building. That stump will be cut down and ground down, but the deck will come out over top of it, get rid of it. And we're going to lay this thing out, come down here a ways. The 2 runners underneath the building are 9'9" apart. And we're going to pour 8 pads concrete, 4 and 4, and then put 6x6s across, and then the building will go on top of them. But this is us just laying it out. Well, here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4 holes on one side, 1 on the other. From the center to center is 9'9", because that's where the rails are for underneath of this thing. And of course, we cheated as much as we could. We have a 12-inch auger on the tractor, so we drilled a 24-inch mark, and we just drilled 4 holes, and hopefully shoveling out the rest won't be too bad with all the tree roots. So we tried to use that as easy as possible to lay this thing out. Fill it up all the way to the top. Okay, cut your bag. Okay, well, hoe it, pull it off the front of the wheelbarrow. Now you want another jug of water, half to that circle on the side of it.
Like halfway up the circle?
Yeah, that's good. Okay, mix.
Good?
Yep. Yep. That's good. All right. So what we set up right down the line is a level line. There's a little level right in the middle of it. And we're pouring all the footings to multiples of 8 or 4. This one right here, 24 inches. So that would be like 3 courses of blocks high. This one here is at 32 inches, so it would be like 4 courses of blocks high, and that would be 2 and 2, so that'd be 8 blocks in that hole. Well, of course, when the 24 by 24 hole was done, we set the cement blocks in the right place, set them into wet concrete so they would be flat and level, so they wouldn't rock too bad. So now what we're gonna do, this is how high this is the lowest end right here. We're gonna stack the blocks up, make sure it's right. Hopefully in another 3 years, a little tiny house will get here. Well, this is what it's gonna look like. Like I said, we're 9'9" from the center of that block to the center of this block. And that's what the beams are underneath the tiny house running down there. So the beams will sit right over top of that pile of blocks. We'll have 4 of them. We'll have a beam going across to support the middle of it. And then what we actually stuck in here was some mobile home roofing anchors. We drilled them down in, then poured the footing over top of them. So then from there straight up is where the beam will be, right here in the center of that block. And we got 6 of them, 3 on the front, 3 in the back. Got 6 of them to hold it down. 3, 2, 1. Well, this is the morning of the day they're supposed to deliver the shed, and we're ready for them. They got it all raked down, cleaned up, because we have this black fabric that we're gonna lay underneath of it on top of the block. As soon as they get it placed in, we're gonna crawl underneath of it and lay it down. And then we'll bring the blocks up like we had in the other picture and set it down on there, hopefully. I don't know about this company delivering the building, so hopefully they can do what the salesman says. The delivery man's gonna do what the salesman says he can do. It's yet to be seen. here it is set in place. And that's how it worked out with the block piers, the 6x6 to support the beams in the middle. And we're gonna see how that works. Well, there it is. It's in place, it's delivered. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think the salesman from the building company right here near represented the man who delivered this building and set it up. That boy did know what he was doing. He didn't play with it, and he had definitely done these things before. I'll give him that much credit. He worked with us to get it up on my blocks and timbers, and he said he had never seen one put up like this, but it did make sense supporting the center of the shed. So stay tuned. There's going to be some more parts in the next coming months as they go ahead and insulate it, wire it, and get it ready for living in it or being able to use it. As usual, like it, share it, subscribe, tell your friends about it. I'll see you the next time.